Hey everyone, we are here with New York Times bestselling author Brad Meltzer. So we're so thankful that you're able to make it here and join us. And of course, we're here to talk about your brand new book, I Am Jim Henson. So please go out and get this. This is a fantastic book. How did you get started in, I guess, having a passion for writing?
You know, for me, it started when I was in 9th grade. I had an English teacher who said to me 3 magic words. And she said to me, "You can write." And she changed my life. Miss Sheila Spicer, my 9th grade English teacher. And I said, "Well, we're going to write." And she said, no, you know what you're doing. And she tried to put me in the honors class. I had some sort of conflict. So she said, "Here's what we're going to do. You're going to sit in the corner of my class the entire year. Ignore what I do on the blackboard. You're going to do the honors work instead. And you're going to thank me later." And years later, 10 years later, I went back to her classroom. I knocked on the door. My first novel had been published. And I knocked and I said, "My name is Brad Meltzer. I wrote this book and it's for you." And that was the teacher who changed my life, is right at the start. And so I just slowly fell in love with writing after that.
You cover so many facets of writing, from adult novels to children's books. Is there a process that's a little different depending on who you're writing towards and who your books are geared towards?
You know, this probably says more about my vocabulary than anything else, but it's not really any different. The only thing you do is, it's just, you know, kids can't really do metaphors well, and they can't, you know, you have to really say what you mean. They can't kind of, the inference is harder. But a good story is a good story, and we all know that. And that's why something like The Muppet Show works, right? I can watch The Muppet Show now and laugh. A 5-year-old can watch The Muppet Show and laugh. A jaded 15-year-old can watch The Muppet Show and laugh, because a good story is a good story. And some stories are timeless enough. And the best stories, to me, they don't just say something that's entertaining, they say something about us as people. And to me, that's what Jim Henson does, is he actually stands for something that we all hope and aspire to stand for.
What I love always about your writing is there's so many terrific facts, but it's done in such an engaging way for kids and really gets them excited. So when you were doing the I Am series at first, what was one of your first initial goals into kind of make this not also factual, but also something that kids would really enjoy and pick up and want to read?
Yeah, you know, for me, reality TV show stars, people who are famous for being famous, our kids on their screens every day are being fed garbage through their eyes. We all are. I mean, let's be honest. And I'm tired of it. And that's why this series was born. I love my thrillers. I love what we do on the History Channel. But this series was born because I wanted my kids to have real heroes that they can look up to. And we started with I Am Amelia Earhart and I Am Abraham Lincoln. We did I Am Rosa Parks and Albert Einstein, Jackie Robinson, because my son loves sports. For my daughter, who loves animals and loves our dog, I did I Am Jane Goodall. And then my youngest son is creative, and he has that creative gene, and how could I give him anyone else but Jim Henson himself? And Jim Henson's great power is, it's not just that he's good with a puppet or he has a funny voice, it's that he stands for creating and dreaming and, you know, being kind and being good. Those are things we should never outgrow. And I will never apologize for being a do-gooder. That's a good thing. So to me, that's Jim Henson's true strength, and we really hope that that came through in the book itself.
How do you find the people that you're going to showcase to just kind of come to you based on, like you said, the Muppet Show? Were you one day just watching it and it just a light bulb went, or did it really come in a different organic way?
Yeah, you know, for me, I pick the attributes that I really want kids to have today, and most part my kids to have. So when we did Amelia Earhart, it was looking for someone who was daring. It's a beautiful idea. Don't let anything stop you, right? That nothing, you know no bounds, it says on the back of the book. On the back of Abraham Lincoln, it says, "I will speak my mind and speak for others." That's what I think separates these books, is that they're never about the facts and the figures of when this war happened or that one was elected president. They're about the moral lesson of what they stand for. So for me, you know, for Lucille Ball, I wanted my daughter to have a female entertainment hero who wasn't just famous for being thin and pretty. Lucy stands for the idea it's not just okay to be different, it's fantastic to be different. And that's why I did I Am Lucille Ball, and again, for my son, I do I Am Jim Henson. But I look for needs, and I look for moral things that I'm looking for, and then we pick the heroes around that.
And we have 2 final questions, and the first one comes from Linus M. So thank you, Linus M, for this question.
Linus, this is yours. I hope it's a good one.
He wanted to know, is there a favorite person that you wrote about, and why?
Yeah, good question, Linus. For me, I love Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is the one who lives up to the hype. I have story after story of kindness and generosity and sticking up for people that aren't even in the book because there were so many of them. So that's one. And I also love Jim Henson. I just have to be honest, not just because we're talking about that book, but when I was 5 years old, Jim Henson taught me on Sesame Street that you can use your creativity to put good into the world. And here I am all these years later, and I'm still trying to do exactly what he taught me. And I owe him forever for that.
And the last question we have comes from Douglas Palermo, and his question was, what is your most favorite thing about working on a TV series that's based with history?
The really nice part about it is when you have a TV camera, you actually can go and people will talk to you and tell you secrets. And that's a really cool thing. We went in at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's this great moment where they show you this big government warehouse where they take all the secret things. And on the first episode of Lost History, we filmed right there. I was like, we're in the secret room. That's the fun of it.
Great. Well, we appreciate you joining us, and thank you again. And again, you can pick up I Am Jim Henson. It is a fantastic book. Again, thank you so much, Brad.
Thank you.